Hey guys, it's me Kiana. Welcome back to my channel. Today on my channel we are starting a new series about series. So today, from the title, you can tell from the title of the video, we're going to be talking about my favorite second book in series. And I have about 6. I have 5 physical copies in front of me and then 1 that I don't, so we're going to start off with that one. And the first one is going to be Down Among the Sticks and Bones by Shannon McGuire. This is book 2 in the Every Heart a Doorway series, and this is the one with Jack and Jill. And in the beginning we get from their parents' point of view how at first they didn't want children, and then they saw with their friends how they acted with their children, how they paraded them around, like with the little boy how he's always in sports, and with the little girls taking her to every little tea party. And then the parents get pregnant and they have Jack and Jill, but Jack and Jill are 2 girls, Jacqueline and Jillian, and they get taken into the world. And I absolutely love when I've read that in July, but like I'll try to put my July wrap up on the eye, but I really did enjoy that one, and that was 5 out of 5 stars, I believe. So the second book is Prodigy, which is book 2 in the Legend trilogy by Marie Lu. And in Legend we follow 2 characters, Day and June, and Day is the most wanted criminal in all of the Republic of America, and June is the prodigy. She was the one with the best testing score, and Day is blamed for the death of June's brother, and June is given the task to find Day and bring him in so he can have a public execution and everything. And then when we got to the second book, which is Prodigy, we meet the Colonials and we get more into the history, and that made it even more special. And I freaking love this book, and I cannot wait to do a reread with this one. So the third book we have here is The Winner's Crime by Marie Vertosky, which is book 2 in the Winner's trilogy with Winner's Curse, Winner's Crime, and then Winner's Kiss. This follows a girl named Kestrel, and one day when she was in the market with her friend Jess leads her to a slave auction, and Kestrel ends up buying a slave named Aaron, and someone deems her with the Winner's Curse. And so then Kestrel takes Aaron wherever she goes, to parties, to the games, to see people's babies, all of that. She even lets him into her carriage, which is a big no-no, and people are starting to believe that she is having a relationship with her slave, which shouldn't happen. And then all of a sudden the slaves start rebelling, and Kestrel is taken prisoner for Aaron because of how much Aaron loves her. And in the second book, all of these are amazing, but my favorite is The Winner's Crime, which is the second book, hence why it's in this video. And if you haven't read this trilogy, you should. I started reading this trilogy because of Sam over at Thoughts of Tomes. She recommended it, and then I checked out the first 2 books from the library, but they didn't have the third one, so I had to wait like a whole semester to buy it myself. But I absolutely love this. The third book is Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare. This is book 2 in the Infernal Device trilogy. And in the Infernal Device trilogy, we follow a girl named Tessa Gray, and her brother moves from New York to London, England, and she follows after she gets a note from him saying, to come. Once she gets to London, she is taken hostage by the Dark Sisters, and then she is rescued by Will Herondale and Jem Carson. And they find out that whatever she touches from a person, whether dead or alive, she becomes them and can tell you, like, if they're dead, what happened to them. And of course, we have a love triangle between Jem, Tessa, and Will, and it's just amazing. And I love this trilogy so much. I cannot wait for the one that follows their children, whose children. But I love this trilogy so much. I'm gonna replace my Clockwork Angel and Clockwork Princess edition because I have Clockwork Princess in the new one, and I love these 2 so much. I am still gonna keep them, and I'm gonna read from them, but I want the first and second book in the trilogy to match with the third one. The fifth book we have here, it should come to no surprise because when I did my book talk on it, I said this was my favorite book in the series, and that is Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas, book 2 in the Throne of Glass series. They're all right there. And in Throne of Glass, we follow a girl named Selena Salvadorian, and when she was 17 years old, she was put into Endover, which was the slave camp. And a year later, when she turned 18, Crown Prince Dorian comes and says, if you compete in my father's competition, and you win, in 4 to 5 years, you will have your freedom. And she does that. She wins, because if she didn't win, then why the hell wouldn't we have the rest of these books? I love this book the most because we get a lot of friendship moments, and we see a lot more of the history of the world and the history of Selena, and we get a lot more like love interests and all of that, and I honestly love this. But towards the end, when that moment happens, it's just, it breaks your heart. But I absolutely love this book. And so then the 6th and final book is my ultimate favorite second book in the series, and it made me love this series even more, and that is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J Maas, book 2 in the Court of Thorns and Roses series. For those who don't know what A Court of Thorns and Roses is, it follows a girl named Favorite Archon, and she's the one that wants to provide for her siblings because her father was this merchant, and one day he lost everything, so they were forced to abandon their house and go back to her father's 1-bedroom cabin while he goes out to like try to make amends and whatever. So Farrah goes out into the woods one day and she kills a wolf, but what she didn't know was that the wolf was Fae. And so she's taken to the Spring Courts by the High Lord and all of that. And I absolutely love this trilogy, but I love A Court of Mist and Fury even more. And I cannot wait to do a reread on this series. But that is all for today's video. I will be leaving here 2 videos I just feel like you guys should go check out. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And when you subscribe, click that little bell because then you'll be notified every time I post, because YouTube, you've been slacking. And I will see you guys all next time with a new video. Bye guys.